Hey Internet, Sterny here. With me is Jakale,
Hello.
Arcanum,
Greetings.
Whoa.
and
where are
Anok.
we?
We're back in the Nexus,
Where are
Jen.
we?
Well,
Lady
we
Lorella
are
has
currently
Nexus.
back
Abaddon holds
in the
sway
Nexus
here.
courtyard because,
And it's
bum, we have finished
get across. You
beating
must be protected.
Aetha. So now we have to deal with
Scree, where are you?
bullshit wind.
I'm right here.
I guess.
Keep going.
It is a straight line.
Scream!
Go towards the glowy bits in the middle.
Jen, keep
Now they
going.
can see the wind
Inside.
is too strong.
Keep
Yeah, it's not like it's a
Jen.
maze.
You can't see where you're going.
You can
Well, you
see,
came out
we
once.
can see the glowy bits. Hell, I can see the wall.
Scree!
Hold on.
And how did Abaddon rule this place now?
He's got more
Iron
influence
Fist.
or something. Even though
He
he
just
fixed the problems in 3 out of the 4 places.
You must be.
He just has glowing eyes. That's how he ruled. And a floating head.
What, is he made of flies or something?
Actually, yes.
Blood or-
He's we'll see a little bit closer up, but he's actually made
Hey,
of
you
crawling
turn
bugs. Sort of like how Arella was made
I
of
said
butterflies.
Turn around.
So he is the Lord of the Flies.
Lord of the Flies, pretty much.
Why? Why?
Seeing as how they sort of take him from religious namings and
Every
whatnot, he may as well be
second
similar
since
to
I thought of
Beelzebub,
this
who is usually
godforsaken
depicted
place,
as
I've
a
been praying I'd
bug-typed
see you
individual.
soon. And now I can't
Well,
bring
his
myself
name is
to look at
Abaddon,
you.
so he should mostly be focused around Locust.
Ah, Locust. I haven't actually
What's
read too
happened
much
to
of it.
you? Lewis!
Hi,
How
Lewis.
did he just
Lewis,
kill
speak
Kronos?
to me, goddammit!
Looks like.
Um,
No, how?
I think he strangled him.
Looks like he slit his throat.
Lewis,
But he has no knife to
you
slit his
can
throat.
hear me, can't you?
no,
I
he's
mean,
just
it
got
just looks like
amazing pecs. Look at those.
Kronos was already kind of dead, and just keeled
No.
over by that point.
Actually, no, he was just writhing in pain.
Love lost.
So maybe he was just
Careless. And
Or
you
maybe just
Yeah.
unplugging some of the wires.
Hybrids belong nowhere.
Or he
It's
could have
strangling.
Lewis,
just taken out his heart.
I am.
you're
Something like that,
Abaddon,
maybe.
Lord of Chaos,
I wonder.
complete jerk.
Now, you can see
I
the
mean,
little
believe
bugs
me, I've
crawling
never
around
been
right
like
now.
Wilderness Establishment,
That's a
but
good
what
view.
you are isn't chaos. It's greed. It's evil. You're just destroying everything.
Arella's
Yes, I'm an
lies
asshole.
are killing you. You have failed.
The bugs are nowhere near you, lady.
Says
The
you.
bugs
An
also
actual
came out from inside our human
Punches them.
Need you.
Yeah, I really don't know what the outcome she was expecting
Lost.
there.
Jennifer. But never lost to me.
Going to be a creepy evil dude.
So both our gods are made of insects.
More or less, or sort of how they are depicted. Remember,
Where is your
Arella
guide?
was made of light in World 2, as I recall.
Or like fireflies, but yeah.
Yeah, fireflies, but still, the idea being they take on roles that pertain to how they just look. Like Abaddon, we saw him originally made of smoke, remember?
It was Lewis. He tore the heart out of Cronus.
The whole fire
There we
thing.
go.
It was
Heart!
awful. I don't know what's happened.
See, that's
isn't
why
Lewis
Monty is
anymore.
needed, otherwise he just keels right over.
It's all over, Scree.
That is terrible.
It's all over.
What, did
Abaddon's
he-
won.
Where was the heart? Where did he put it?
Girl, stop that.
Did he just shove it down his pants?
The best thing to do when
Well,
things
actually, I
get
think
as
he
bad
kept
as
it.
this is to look at the facts. Agreed? Good.
What
Fact
did he
number
cut
one.
it out with?
and
Did
top
he just
fact on
rip
the
his
list.
hands directly
I'm
into the
still
man's
alive.
chest?
Agreed?
That
Good.
seems the
Well,
light
the
company.
guy does have a
You're still
tube right
here
over
to
his
take care of
heart.
me. Thank goodness for facts.
If you go back to like
Horrible.
video 1, you'll see that.
Abaddon's everywhere.
No,
He
he
hasn't won
isn't.
yet, Jen. Believe me. We have one last hope. Now you're
Why
not
did
going
he
to let him get away
corrupt the
with all
realms to
this,
just
are
do
you?
this?
What he's done to
Because
Lewis.
he's an asshole.
Why didn't he just have
No.
Lewis do this when he
I'm
first
gonna
arrived?
kick his ass.
Because he had to corrupt
Or when
everything
he
else.
second arrived.
So, what's
Yeah,
this
I'm gonna
last
go
hope,
with
Rocky?
maybe he had to corrupt everything else to put
Last
Kronos
hope.
into a weakened
Last
state
slim
by
hope.
throwing off
The
the
last-
balance
All right. A long shot. I
of,
got it.
you know, Arella and
Lies in the
Abaddon
realm of
by
Volca.
screwing over, I guess, all the good side realms. He was then had Kronos writhing in pain and weaker and less capable of defending himself. Because keep in mind, this is sort of like a trifecta of godhood. Not so much a
Defended
one-on-one.
himself in the first place.
Well,
Yeah, I
the
don't
thing
think
is,
he
we
was
We're
never
not
really
around for the
see
whole
that.
thing.
Yeah.
Volca, huh?
Volca!
Fire.
Yeah, fire. And badass buzzing doors. For some reason.
So how is fixing the fourth realm going to solve anything?
Because we have to.
Well, I know we have to, but how is it going to solve everything?
I think it's
Everything's
more
already
of a
pretty much
better
fucked up.
than nothing kind of deal.
Well, the thing is, Scree said that there's a very slim chance, but we don't know it yet. So I imagine that he's just leading us into Volca, sort of to pursue a slim chance without fully explaining his plan.
And so we don't just go, well, nuts, and stop.
Classic Scree.
Classic Scree. He's being more forthcoming, at least.
Does that whale have a tail? Does that mountain look like a wolf's head?
I can assure you it does not look like a wolf's head.
Well,
It
not
is
this one. The
definitely
one that was-
not a wolf.
There was one behind the portal that we came in through, and the side of the mountain
You
kind of
okay,
looked
big
like a
fella?
wolf's head.
Huh.
Bit slow with the
I have
tourist
to
guide
go
this
back
time.
and look at it, maybe.
Been a brave companion, Jen. I'd say we've muddled our way out of some pretty tight corners, haven't we? Quite a team.
Scree, we've only just arrived. Shouldn't we save our post-match analysis till we're out of here?
Of course, I think I'm simply trying to prepare you.
Not a big fan of this place, are you, Rocky?
None of my lady's followers would ever choose to be in Volca. But when I was last here, I was bound, hooded,
Volca
rarely
sucks.
conscious, and tortured relentlessly.
Yeah, we got clubs like that back home. Sorry.
Tell me more.
So, nice to be back.
Tell me less.
What are we doing here then?
Does that
I think
explain
it's our
her
last chance.
propensity to belts?
It is a formidable realm, the
Possible.
very essence of chaos. Abaddon won't have needed to lift a finger in Volca. And yet supreme strength lies here as well. The rulers of its cruel race, the Jinn, have terrible godlike powers. Secrets which could be critical now that Kronos is lost. to us.
cosmic power.
You know, this is some mountain.
It's a volcano.
It's the
Good.
Sphinx
And
of
we're going
Truth
in.
from Neverending Story.
Better still.
Except more
The
bird.
Jinn are a ferocious race, Jen, and they live in tune with this volcano. While it's dormant, they're at their weakest, but their power builds up as the volcano heads towards eruption. And when this thing goes up, we better be long gone.
So then, Scree has informed us so far of all of his Volca knowledge. Some people will get that. Here's a map of what we just saw. Now, Volca, if you saw, I believe, video 1, the bonus video, its design architecture takes aspects from Middle Eastern architecture. So if you go to, say, Turkey or just anywhere, like Iran, etc., you'll see mosques, which have designs fairly similar to this. Barely. Now, another thing to note, and I picked up on this, is kind of fun, Jinn is actually part of Islam mythology. They are demons there, capable of free will, could be good, could be evil, whatever. That's kind of a fun thing.
their own kind
Let's
of
check
person.
out the map.
And if you've read the Arabian Nights tales, there's also Jan.
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 I don't think I know a
and
Jan. I know
So wait,
that...
would we be Jan since we're Jen?
No. We are purely Smucker's brand jam. Jen. Yes. But the Jinn are kind of interesting. They've sort of existed before the Muslim belief, I think. And the more modern stuff tries to ignore that, but it's still more folkloric than anything else. Fun fact, if you run away from the little zippy things, it also stops giving you stuff. Huh. So, we need to make our way down, as you saw on the map.
I see.
Yeah. It's a volcano. It's vertical. It's not like they've
It'll be
made
our
that
lava
big
level.
and wide at the top. Yeah.
So we need to get closer to the volcano's core.
Let's just
Yeah.
drop
Its
down.
power.
Yeah, get into the heart of the matter, as you would. Now, in a little bit, we are going to check out that fun little area just over there. I think we get a closer look, maybe. But there's this interesting bird dude right there. He is.
Yeah.
And that is how far down we gotta go. Most
Can't
impressive.
we just jump? You know,
One of
we
us
have that
can.
We have that swimming form. We can totally swim in that lava, right?
Yeah, that's valid. Totally
Also, he's
valid.
probably not going to land as quite as softly as underwater.
So,
And we know things can chip off the old block.
all right, so we hang out inside our little dark room. Let's see what we got.
I can't see a thing. Oh, listen to that echo.
Yes, the chamber is of considerable size. The royal court
Echoes are
resides here
fun.
during the years of dormancy, awaiting the shift in the geothermal cycle that heralds the next active.
Hello, Volca!
What are you doing?
Checking out the echo.
The Jinn are a volatile, capricious people, Jed. They have almost limitless power, and they answer to no
They are
one.
ravers.
And
Ravers,
try
Jed.
not to upset them.
You said they were dormant until the shift in the geothermal doohickey.
The geothermal cycle may be influenced by the simplest actions on our part, or even just our very presence here. We have to be extremely cautious.
Or the torch on your back.
Okay.
How does us existing here make the volcano go faster?
Why is it so dark in
The
here?
Jinn are mysterious.
Don't need light, Jen, not during the dormancy.
They are very
Oh.
mysterious.
Yeah, well, I do. Give me that.
I
Yeah,
wonder
you're
what
one
could
little
possibly
example.
happen to wake up the dormant individuals based on fire.
Dang magic.
No clue.
Who has dared disturb us while the
Man, those
mountains
abs.
sleep? I only hope you have not woken mighty King Iblis himself. Who are you?
Apologies, my lord. Keep quiet. If they learn that we are on the side of order, we are as good as dead. I am a servant of Abaddon, Lord of Chaos, and am here on my master's behalf.
I am a totally bad dude.
Is that so?
Have you seen my ball
My
cap
lord
that says
Abaddon
bad
considers
dude?
King Iblis to be an invaluable ally. He holds your king in the highest esteem.
The king has no love for any of those from the Nexus, including your Lord of Chaos, I believe. But then, the king is not necessarily altogether wise, is he? A stranger, for example, arriving with harmful intent towards the king, might be welcomed by some. The stranger would only have to let it be known, and he might find friends in the court, a way of reaching the ear of the
Maybe I
queen.
wouldn't mind you assassinating the
More
king.
deserving
Eh?
sovereign, some would say.
I shall give you the address of his mother. Nice lady, goes on walks. Would be a shame if
I
something
see
happened
you
to
have a
her.
hybrid, a rare jewel indeed. I am told they
How
have
does
many
everyone know about hybrids?
Oh yes, oh yes.
They
Well, he's not
identified
calling
them
us an
on site.
abomination, so that's nice.
Of my own. You will sell me this one, eh?
Probably the only
I
reason
would,
is like,
be
oh, there's only
doing
two guys
you
that
a
look like
disservice,
humans.
sir.
Maybe that's
that
it.
hybrid is very lazy
Possible.
and none too bright.
No? It looks acceptable.
Oh, I know my hybrids. I could bring you a better one another time, but this one is lame, a burden to be seen with. Aren't you? Is he feeble-minded?
If I were you, I would beat some sense into it.
Oh, I shall. Later.
Not for sale, as you wish.
I love how he's still missing the
Your
ear
returns
in this
to here,
cutscene.
Not in her current
Very
form.
nice
No, it's
attention
not
to
like
detail.
they're
A
masons.
small gift to help you on your way.
Can everyone just do this? What the hell?
Apparently.
That was fast to get our new power.
Folks just
Granted,
say
it's not
flowers.
like any of
I
the
trust your stay in
lower
our kingdom will
ranked
be-
people we've met have given any of this to us.
That was close. Are you all right?
Illuminating.
Actually, we're 50-50 now that I think about it.
Except I'm a burden to
No,
be
no,
with,
hold on. No, no.
I mean, we-
3 out of 4.
We got our power from a king,
Well,
a queen,
of
a
course not.
duke,
I
and
had to say
this
something.
guy who seems to be in the higher courts.
Some dude, yeah. Now, a fun note, Iblis. I suspect none of you really know who that is, yes? I'm taking
Maybe.
that as a no.
How about you
Iblis,
refresh my memory?
Iblis derives from Islamic mythology as a devil. Specifically, he is the jinn who refused to bow down to Adam. He is filled with hubris and known to commit evil via deception. Fun dude.
So,
Yes, Adam
considering
Catamon.
he is fond of deceiving people, and we tend to get our powers from people of political power.
Mm-hmm.
Would the guy we just talked to possibly be Iblis and he was trying to fool us?
Maybe.
Oh, cool.
How many characters do you think are in this particular level?
Not many. Considering everyone.
Not many, huh?
And he was the
Got some
only
sweet
one on
heat
a
swords there.
throne.
Yeah. One of 2 thrones. Okay.
Ignoring that, what's
Jen?
with this form? It's pretty cool.
Jen can no longer dodge in the bird form. What she has
Got a
are...
two-handed sword.
Yep. She can either use 2 swords or this big fuck-off sword. With
So
big
we're all
sweeping
about
moves.
We're all about the full frontal assault, not so much about the defense or evasion.
Pretty much, yes. You're pretty much at this point just trying to kill guys. It's sort of like a weird incorporation. Oh, by the way, here's the double move. Right there. That entire sweeping move, if you tap both trigger buttons at the same time, is your strong attack.
Do we take
Now-
any less damage as the bird form as opposed to a dodgy
Any less
form? Damage.
Here's the fun part about that, and we'll look into it in the next room, actually. The bird form, the Jin, takes the most amount of demon energy to heal out of the 3. And yeah, pretty strong attacks. Now, what was bugging me
Are those
was,
just
remember...
empty chests?
Yeah, those were 3 empty chests out of 4. We're keeping
But
up that
when
trend,
the gem
guys.
was glowing green. Did you change?
Yes, because I wanted to test something in this room, which, of course, is wonderfully called the name that isn't here yet. Oh well.
The
It'll
goblet
come soon.
of fire.
Yeah. So what I wanted to do was see how well I worked with Farai. Take a look at the hit damage. All right, so we get hit pretty good there, right? Even when blocking. All right. Now we do a little bit of damage. That's okay. Although there is this really annoying thing where you kill the guy and he has no souls. That asshole.
Drat.
Drat
How
indeed.
dare he?
All right, let's try it again with the Wraith form, keeping in mind the hit points. Oh, by the way, this is the Chalice of Sut. I couldn't find anything really about it. I honestly don't know. But I thought it was a play on words of the Chalice of Soot. Alright, see that health?
Change your route from Egypt mythology.
Alright. So far, not too bad, but you're still taking less hits than the Ferai, right? Mm-hmm. Alright, so my rant last time about the combat and risk reward and whatnot, what I'm actually reconsidering is maybe in your bird form you have the largest health pool. So it's not so much you take more demon energy to restore, it's just your hit point pool is like maybe twice the size of your Ferai form when you're in bird, whereas the Wraith was sort of intermediary, where you take less damage here, I'm thinking? Maybe? I mean, by all means, if I'm completely
just
wrong.
Taking less or more damage is just you have more HP.
That's what I'm suspecting.
If you have a bigger health bar, then that just means it looks like less damage.
Precisely. And I really don't know. I can't find any documentation about it. And we've got that one dude who just wants to wiggle his way over. Hi, dude. Another thing to note is whenever you start combat, you always start as the two swords, which is pretty much good for single fighting, not so much for crowds, because it doesn't have as good sweeping maneuverability. Kill those dudes, and we gotta go kill some others. All the way over there.
Incidentally, I thought I had heard the word Iblis before. It is the main thing you're trying to prevent the destruction of the world of in Quest for Glory 2.
Additionally, it's also a villain in one of the Sonic the Hedgehog games.
Oh yeah, that one with the fire.
The Iblis trigger.
Iblis gets used a lot. Now, while I was looking up Iblis in and of itself, I also got to read up on some of the other names of mythology that got used. Would you like to know some?
Sure.
Alright. Ram is actually derived from demonology. In demonology, he is the Great Earl of Hell, ruling 30 legions of demons, depicted as a crow which adopts human form at the request of the conjurer. Also, it's the German word for room. Or how about Impusa, the Greek demigoddess whose name means one-footed. She's a vampire lady who seduces men and then eats their flesh and drinks their blood when they're asleep.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Move it, damn it.
Yeah!
And we already know about Undyne.
Oh, about Aino? Aino, the mythological figure from the Finnish national epic, the Kalevala, who instead of marrying a man she didn't want, drowned herself?
As you do.
Meaning the lonely one.
Well, she is, yes.
Or Adaro, the malevolent merman-like sea sprites found in the mythology of the Solomon Islands. She didn't drown herself. Well, technically she did kind of wind up drowning by choking on air.
We'll find another way in.
But she stopped it.
We stopped it.
True, we did.
So, we have a puzzle. We have water.
Oh boy.
In a volcano. Don't know how that works. Probably by magic. Same way everything else works in this game.
In that case, we need magic to defeat it.
Yep. Yep, indeed. So what we are going to do is
swim
change.
in our bird form.
We are going to swim in the water. We go straight in, and immediately we will notice a gate. All right?
This water is
Don't know what that means,
right?
Yeah, we're in a volcano.
Shouldn't it be boiling or something like that? Just be uncomfortable.
Maybe.
I've already been through this. Don't.
All right, I'm going to counter you right here because we're fine.
I know we're
Perfectly fine.
But shouldn't it be uncomfortable to be in?
in a non-magical volcano.
Unless
maybe.
it's more like a hot spring kind of
Put
thing.
it this way. Zelda had to deal with getting the red tunic to survive in a volcano. We didn't. Now we have another gate that's closed and another hole. I wonder what we have to do.
We also just needed to get the blue tunic to breathe underwater.
Most video games have dealt with the whole issue of heat radiation entirely. They don't have to worry about it anymore. The only thing you have to worry about is if you fall directly onto the lava. Once it starts conducting through your body, then you have to worry.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're good.
Got a little lodestone there. We'll need to pick that up at some point. We have another gate that's open. And another hole. I wonder how it works. But it kind of boils down to there always has to be a contrived reason to go to the volcano level and the water level. And there always has to be a reason to allow all of your mechanics to work. Like, character progression as gameplay, I would say. Like, in Zelda, you've got the weight down boots or the hover boots. I'm talking about Ocarina of Time here, but still. But it's like, oh, let's go to a new dungeon where you can't use any of the crap that you had from the previous map. Must be annoying. Hi, Scree. We opened a door for you. And we went back down into the pool from the first map because we have to go back to the first lever and turn it.
It's not like we need the fair eye jumping after the fair eye thing.
We have only used the fair eye jumping once past Solum, as I recall. No. I tell a lie. Aquas, maybe.
Will we use it again?
Now, we have to turn this one twice because the gate that we were looking for did not open on the first go. It did, however, close some other gates. Problematic. You do, Scree.
More lever turning.
So much lever
How long does this take to solve?
Without the cuts or whatnot, maybe I would ballpark around 10-ish minutes.
Yeah, I guess it ain't that bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad. No,
The
Scree, hold on to the
went out
torch. You can
because
light it
went
back
to the
up.
water and you just dropped it on the ground.
Well, it wasn't lit anymore.
It is not needed anymore.
It's no longer
I'm just glad
required.
they didn't try the bullshit where you still hold on to it, then once you leave the water, it's on fire again.
That would be nice. But we're not doing that. Instead, we're just going to have to pick up another torch. Although now that I think about it, it would probably be a pretty decent idea to just keep going in with no fire, which seems to be turning on all of the lights. But then again, I'm pretty certain that they've probably just got a door that's got to get lit up again. Meaning we have to get another torch.
I think it'd be
That
funny
could
if
be
you
it.
got a torch and then Jen just kind of touched her little sword to it.
Oh, that would be amazing. Maybe she could do the hand trick that the other dude did. Yeah, that would be a fun trick.
And here was our goal.
Yeah, there's our goal. We had to get the lodestones to possess the dude. Come on, buddy. To contrivedly pull the
Wearing
lever.
the same clothes as the guy we met. At least
And that's it.
skirt-wise.
We just need to get the other wing now. Which kind of makes me wonder, how did they get that guy to work?
There are
Like-
many mysteries
Okay.
in these worlds.
They built mechanics and everything just to get a giant rock statue to articulate and show up and just like, oh yeah, we can totally move this wing. Let's put it back into puzzle mode while we go a-napping. And then bother not animating pulling Scree into the void. Maybe that too. I love the bugs in this game. Although then again, I'm actually kind of wondering if some of them have to do with the fact that this is like a PlayStation game being done on the console in like 2016. A good, 13 years after the release? Maybe that has something to do with it. Kind of tricky now in this
It all
sort of
depends on
day
how
and
you
age
properly
trying to figure
maintain your consoles.
out, keeping it in a good environment, not letting it rust or corrode. Ideally.
It should be fine.
Yeah. I mean, say what you will, but I really love the fact that my console still works. Especially when you had like the 360 with its red ring of death being synonymous with the product. So, good on you, Sony.